Welcome to World at Work TV. I'm Allison Avalos, and I'm joined today by Julia O'Connell and Christina Hall from LinkedIn, and we're talking about a transformation in their total rewards strategy that they recently undertook. Christina, start off by talking about what prompted this transformation in your strategy.
LinkedIn has been in a process of sort of unprecedented growth. So we've gone from being a much smaller company to having around 6,000 employees now. And over that same period of just a couple years, we've also grown immensely in the global workforce, so outside of the US.
So what were the steps that were necessary to take to kind of get the ball rolling with that transformation?
As we sort of started off, a big piece of it was thinking through with our new head of HR who joined last February about the processes that need to be in place at the company.
So before we jump to the role of technology here, Julia, can you talk about who was involved in this transformation and what roles they played?
Well, it was a global effort with a cast of thousands. Everybody within the HR organization was involved in some way or another, whether that was HR business partners who really helped us define our roles and our jobs within the organization, to our employee communications and learning development team, to our HRIT organization, which was critical in helping us go through an implementation with Workday and making sure that the structure was aligned to Workday. And then as well, it was across the managers and the leaders within the organization. They really had an opportunity to take some ownership of the structure and the jobs that we were using.
So on to technology. Talk about the technology that was utilized to help integrate this on a global basis.
Sure. So as Julia mentioned, we were implementing Workday at this time and putting that in place as our HR system of record. So the partnership that she mentioned with the HRIT team was huge, because as we're talking to people about the philosophy and our structures and the employee value proposition, we knew that then they were going to be looking at it in Workday. And so we really wanted the words to match the music, if you will, for managers. So we spent a lot of time working with those folks and, sometimes making compromises about the ideas we wanted to be sort of principled about to what was going to be in the system, and finding that happy medium where everything you see in the system is going to be consistent with everything we were communicating out about comp structures and comp philosophy.
And you mentioned Workday. For those who aren't familiar with it, can you talk a little bit about that?
Workday is an HR system. It's a SaaS product, so it is customizable to a degree, but it's not like as if we designed it just for us. Lots of other companies use it, and so the modifications we could make are only sort of within the boundaries of that system.
So Julia, what actions were taken with these foundational tools to really get buy-in from stakeholders?
We brought them along for the ride as we went through the development process. We worked with the execs to develop the philosophy and the employee value proposition. The managers and leaders were involved as we defined the structure itself. But then as we went, as we did the rollout, there was a lot of training and communication from the CEO all the way to the line leaders about the structure, with very consistent messages about what we were doing within HR and our global transformation, and how this structure was going to help enable them to make better business decisions about their employees.
Were there any hurdles along the way, any big takeaways or learnings?
Well, when Julia talks about our consistent communication and all these things that we did to bring people along the ride, one of the things that I think we both came away feeling like is really important is the consistency. We felt like it was really important as we are saying the same thing that our head of HR is, and down to the manager training level, they're hearing the same things too, so that sort of a consistent philosophy is really carried with every employee.
And I think that's important as well when we have such tremendous growth. So we're adding managers, we're adding employees constantly, so that consistent message needs to be repeated over and over again so that those similar themes are heard throughout.
Now that you've been through this endeavor, was it successful? Did you end up where you'd hoped? you'd be?
We just finished our first full focal cycle where everyone in the company got a review, performance rating, and then managers helped allocate both cash and equity compensation based on guidance that came from the basis of our corporate philosophies around compensation. And we got great feedback about that. I think employees felt like they were recognized, and so people seem very engaged. So yeah, we're feeling very happy about the outcomes.
Great. Well, thanks for sharing your story.
Thanks.
Thanks.
For World at Work, I'm Allison Avalos.